Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to make these super cute centerpieces or table decor, whatever you want to use them for. And those little chicks are too cute. Those hats just kill me. And then this one's a super easy one. So stay tuned and I'll show you how you can make all these really easy and really fast. Not everything that we use is shown here because this project kind of got bigger and bigger as I went along. But it all started with this little Bunny Corral, and that's what they called it. I got this at Kroger, of all places, in their Easter section. And then this is I've never seen it at Hobby Lobby. It's just a table runner, and it's grass, and it's so perfect to use for this project and so many others throughout the year. So I may even go back and get some more of this. Now, when you're cutting, don't be a hero. Don't try to get it all in one time. Just take several passes, go a little further each time, and then I always get the end with my scissors because I don't want to be putting that kind of pressure on the end because I don't want to have it slip off and cut me or the table or something. So you just cut out the section that you need and hot glue it into the little corral. Like I say, they called that a bunny corral. I thought that's so cute. Those little carrots are from Hobby Lobby. Love them. And I'm going to cut them and then ultimately hot glue them to make it look like they're growing out of the ground. But when I cut them too, the little ends, the tips, were so cute that I probably am going to keep them. And it's such a tiny little thing to keep, but I thought they would be perfect for snowmen, like to put the little carrot nose for a snowman. So yes, those will end up in my stash. And I am going to make a sign for this, so I'm just trying to figure out where the sign's going to go so I can figure out the rest of it. That little pond right there, he came from Dollar Tree in their fairy garden section. And see here, those would be perfect little carrot noses for snowmen, tiny little snowmen. And these are styrofoam, so you just have to make sure your glue's not too hot to do any melting. And even if it does, it doesn't matter too much because it's going into the ground. I just made a couple of rows of those and actually left one out like they had already dug it up. We're going to make bunny butts in a minute, and it's going to look like they're digging in the carrots. It's such a cute project. I love it so much. Now this, I got it from Michael's, and this is just an assorted little bag of pom-poms. And that's what I used for the bunnies. And just took a bigger one and a smaller one, hot glued it for the tail. And this was called Cottontail Farms, so I almost put a white cottontail on the brown bunny, but changed my mind. And then just glue on the little pond. And the really good thing is you can use whatever you have. You can use any kind of bunnies, you can use anything for carrots. I mean, you could, just use orange pom-poms with a little green on the top would make it look like a good carrot too. And these little bunnies I used were erasers from Dollar Tree. Sorry, that picture stinks, but I got it off their website because I didn't take a picture before I opened the package. And then I just glued them on. They're so cute. And I really did try to not put too much of everything into this video and show too many things longer than I should have, because I'm really trying to edit properly and not waste your time but give you plenty of detail. So you guys always let me know in the comments if you think I need to put more detail or less detail. This is still just a learning process for me. And these were from Hobby Lobby. Just cute little eggs. I got some that were glittery too, and I figured I could paint them, but these colors went well with what we've got there. But yeah, I think they're so cute. I love miniatures. There's more miniatures on the way because, like I said, I like doing tiered trays, and I like miniature stuff on tiered trays. Now this, I put some antique wax on that one carrot to make him look like he had come out of the ground. And this sign, rather than cutting straight edges on all sides, I went ahead and curved around the Cottontail Farms because this is going to be a different color than the sign it's going on. So I just wanted it to look like the contrast was intentional. Like it's a sign on top of a sign. And this sign may look familiar because I painted it with the sponges in the sponge video. And yes, that is a crappy Dollar Tree sponge brush. But I told you, I just have to use them. I just can't throw them out. So I just put on some Mod Podge. And typically, to not get a sign to wrinkle, you would let the Mod Podge on the bottom coat dry, and then you wouldn't have it wrinkle when you put the top coat on, but I was too impatient. And that sign came from the internet. I just put in Cottontail Farms and printed it off. Now these little feet, you can make circles, you can make ovals, you can do it however you want. This is a little metallic marker from Dollar Tree. I love their metallic markers. They're really awesome. A little hint here, if you're gonna just freehand something, make it smaller than you really want it. Then you can go back and make the actual outline to detail it. And like I said, these you could do in circles, you can do them in ovals, and then just put some kind of little paw prints. And then you stick them on the little pom-poms, and that's your bunny butt. And they're so cute, I love them. You could use regular glue to put them on because the hot glue may be too much when you're using that kind of detail. Now these little bunny butts were inspired by some yard art that I did, and I made those little carrots and bunny butts, just cut them out of plywood. Now back to our sign. It was a little plain, so I just went ahead and did some doodling around the edges of it. I do it around the edge and then also around the sign itself. Anytime something looks plain or simple, you can do doodles around it. You can do splatters on it. Country Charm by Tracy or with Tracy or something like that. She does a lot of that stuff, and her stuff is super duper cute. And then I went in with an ink pad. It's Vintage Photo Distress Ink. And if you just slide the pad across there, it's a miniature one. And so you just slide it across and it gives a nice vintage look. And then I just wipe it in with a paper towel. Kind of missed some spots, so you can just go back. And what I like about using an ink pad instead of maybe the antique wax or something is it's very light. And you just use a light hand to kind of put it on there, and it doesn't overpower anything. I went back and kind of sanded down the darkness of the black Sharpie marker, and it turned out just perfect. Love it. And then we're going to go on to our next one. And this one I'm going to show you if you don't want to buy the table runner. It's $24.99 and then 40% off, so it ends up being $15. But if you don't want to spend that because you don't have something you want to use that much on, I'm going to show you a little hack for that. Last year I was looking for something that looked like AstroTurf and I couldn't find anything. So I came up with another idea, and I think it's pretty brilliant. There goes my little panda and pineapple that we didn't use in our last project. Just pop that off. And I love that tall grass. It came from Michael's, but it was a couple years ago. So it didn't really work there. Now what we end up using are these Garland ties from Dollar Tree. They always have a ton of them at Christmas time, and I always grab a ton because you can use them for all kinds of things. You can make your own Christmas trees. You definitely have to use them to fill in on the Dollar Tree, the Dollar Tree trees. You just kind of rough them up and then bend them around. But yeah, they end up looking like great grass. I think I needed it for an Easter basket that I wanted some realistic looking grass last year. And this would be a good time to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you'll consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And again, I just am blown away by the how fast everything is growing, but also just by the kindness and the sweetness of all the subscribers. I mean, you guys are so nice. I hear other creators say that stuff, and I don't typically read comments, but wow, so nice. Thank you all so much. And then I decided these little eggs would look cute like they're hiding in that tall grass. And you can get a sneak peek right there of what's going to go in this one. I guess you've already seen the thumbnail, but those little chickies are so cute. So, so cute. I bought that little thing because I did not like the eyeballs on these things because you could see through to the yellow, so I cut them off. Kind of felt bad. Felt like a surgeon. Very, very tiny, detailed. You don't have to do this. This is just my OCD. I just couldn't stand the little hole in the middle of their eyes. She was blind for a minute. But that's why I bought this hole punch at Michael's the other day, because I knew that I needed a little tiny circle that I was going to punch in out of black cardstock to use for eyeballs for them. And again, man, this is some detail work, and it's just, I don't know that it's really, really necessary. You can kind of see the difference. And I did end up going back and putting a little white dot so that it looked like they had a little bit of shine to their eyes. They're happy little chicks with their cute little Easter hats. Down using Fabri-Tac. It's kind of a gel glue used for fabric. I really like it sometimes. That's why I've said before, just always have different types of glues, because different things work on different mediums. In this little box, I needed just a flat piece of board, and that box was crooked, so I would never use it. So I thought, just pull the sides off and use it as my little base. And I am going to go ahead and cut some more of this AstroTurfy table runner grass. And I do show you a third option to use for grass that comes from the Dollar Tree. Now these came from the Hobby Lobby section where the little fairy gardens are, and this one was from the woodpile. They're just, one's 35 inches and one's 36 inches. They're just different widths. And they're so cute. I'm trying to determine which ones to use. But kind of it depends on what you're putting in it. So I thought, well, let's see. I'm going to put these little stickers. And once I saw the proportions, I thought the smaller fence looked better. Ugh, these little picket fences are so cute. I did a tree farm at Christmas with a lot of bottle brush trees, and then put the taller white picket fence around it and put garland swags with little red bows. Oh my gosh, it was the cutest. So we'll get to see some of that around Christmas time, yay. But I did this one because it's just really easy and everybody can do it. That's why I used stickers, because it's just a lot of pre-made stuff if you don't want to be making bunny butts or cutting carrots down. But then still turns out super, super cute. I show that it's not even, but this is very forgiving with the grass. So the way I decide to stick those in is I get some, actually go back to my trash can because I knew I had just thrown some away, and I used these little stems from bushes, like floral bushes. I probably used it on the wreath that had all of the different interchangeable parts. And then I was attaching it to the back with some hot glue. And then I just used Fabri-Tac again to glue them onto the grass. And again, because it's a gel glue, it really attached well to the grass. And I didn't like the way the Happy Easter was at first, so I just kind of played around with it. Then I borrowed a couple of pickets from this picket fence. Kind of glued it to stand up a little taller. And you know, when I go to use this picket fence, I'm going to be like 2 pickets short of finishing around something. And I'll be like, curse that Easter decoration. I can't really say that, can I? No. There'll be no cursing Easter decorations. You know what? Seriously, guys, I watch videos so much that sometimes I forget that I'm recording and doing voiceover, and I just start watching the video. Sorry. And here's what you can use. You could use these moss sheets from Dollar Tree if you didn't want to use any of the other grass options. But they're so cute. I just love them, and those little chicks are so cute. Anyways, I hope you like these, and if so, give us a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. Maybe check out one of these other videos, and we will catch you on the next one.